I've seen that, leaders shout at each other, trying to be the loudest or trying to show that they are smarter than the other person. So according to Harvard Business Review, there are 3 components of executive presence. So I call it GCA. G stands for gravitas, C stands for communication, and A is appearance. So these are the 3 components which are important for executive presence, which I will explain to you later on.
Welcome to the Voices of Impact, the podcast where we go beyond the slides, beyond the workshops, and into the real stories of people shaping learning, leadership, and transformation. Hi, my name is Hamed.
And my name is Nadir.
We have a special guest today. She's an expert trainer, a coach, and a consultant with over 2 decades of experience helping leaders and professionals to achieve what she calls executive presence. She's an Oxford-trained presenter and an author who has received Malaysia Women Entrepreneur Award and a very recently crowned Miss Elite Petite Global Pageant 2026. Please join me to welcome Mary Salang. Welcome to the show, Mary.
Thank you for having me, Hamed.
We are very happy to have you here. We have been trying to arrange for it for quite some time.
I know, I'm here today.
We're very happy to have you. And one of the things that you have been quite recently busy with and not available to us was you winning the crown for Mrs. Elite Petite Global Pageant, right?
That's true. True. It happened last month, yeah?
Last month, yes. Yeah, very good.
No, sorry. In January.
Okay.
January.
Yes.
It happened in January.
And I'm sure this was quite an experience, and we would love to hear some stories of that.
Well, sometime last year, when I came across about this beauty pageant, and I thought to myself, okay, why not I get myself out of my comfort zone, and I call it my journey from corporate to crown. That's how I position it. So the only reason why I decided to do it is because really just to put myself out there, test myself, and to put myself out of the comfort zone. And I did exactly that in January for 4 days. Of course, the preparation happened before that. When I say preparation, it's about, how to do the walk, the pageant walk, the outfit that you choose, the hair, the makeup, the shoot, the photo shoots, everything, And also, my most important thing is my advocacy. And as you know, in beauty pageant, we have to advocate about something. And my advocacy was about women entrepreneurship. That's what I do. Even before the pageant, that's what I focus on anyway. So for me, the most important experience in beauty pageant is not just about the beauty, but the story that you tell, the advocacy. And interesting fact about that is that I was 51 years old when I won the title. And that's amazing, right? And I was surprised myself. And I really is grateful and thankful for everyone who has been supporting my journey, especially my family and my friends and the beauty pageant organization team.
The incredible person you are, we're going to tell you, we are not surprised. And age, I believe, is just a number. Okay, you're always that's fabulous. True. And that's why we are very happy and we love to have you on the show.
I tried to prove that age is just a number.
Exactly.
I guess you just did. And Mary, talking about entrepreneurship, before you even became an entrepreneur, you were, as you mentioned as well, you were in a corporate life for quite a long time. Yes. And actually, what has inspired you to become an entrepreneur, to take that leap?
Right. Well, interesting story as well about that leap from corporate to entrepreneurship. I think everyone was impacted by the COVID pandemic, every one of us, right? So what happened at that time was there was a need for a certain type of training, I would say, for those who have been retrenched by the employers. Those are, impacted by the COVID. So then I thought, okay, why not I create a training program that help people who have been retrenched, who have been impacted by the COVID, to guide them on how to set up a business. And I'm talking about micro businesses, not the big business, right? Micro, like baby steps, how to set up a company, how to write a business plan. And while interesting fact is that while all the other companies are closing down, Intellect Academy Malaysia, that's the name of my company, was actually founded during the pandemic. And we, in a way, thriving, I would say, because we actually found the solution for the existing problem, the current economic problem, right? And we were also, not to say lucky, but we worked for it. We submit our proposal to the government agencies, and we talk about providing training for solopreneurs, for micro businesses, to help them, to guide them on how to set up a company in a proper way, so that they also can move from being retrenched to having their own company. And we did that. That we provide a solution for that situation at that time, and that is, for me, that was our key success factor at that point of time. And that transitioning, it was actually, I would say, not really an accident, but it was a nice surprise, because we actually did that for the next 3 years, providing training for entrepreneurs, and we did it very well. So, that transition is the best transition ever that we have for the past 5 years in this business.
Nice.
Fantastic. Prior to embarking on this journey, Mary, you have spent nearly 20 years in L&D, am I right? Okay. What is the most important lesson that you have learned during those years that is helping you now?
I think one of the most important part of learning development is, for all leaders, is about the ability to become people-oriented. That is the most important component of learning and development in my experience. You can be the most knowledgeable or the most experienced person in the room, but if you don't have that emotional intelligence, the ability to communicate with people, the ability to drive people towards your KPI, your goals, then it will be difficult for you to lead in that sense, if you know what I mean. So people-oriented is the most important part in learning and development, in my opinion. Yeah. Of course, the technical skills is also important. But people-oriented skills is the most important.
Fantastic.
Good. Among your signature programs, you teach something called executive presence, based on 3 elements, which are gravitas, communication, and appearance. Let's go through these one by one, if you don't mind, and starting with gravitas. What is gravitas?
Executive presence is basically, in a nutshell, I would say, is your ability to show that calm and confidence, especially during crisis or when you're under pressure. So imagine during a storm when everyone panic, everyone in the ship panic. But a leader with gravitas is the one who is calm and confident, and the one that managed to get hold of everyone to manage the crisis, for example. So that is executive presence for me. So according to Harvard Business Review, there are 3 components of executive presence. So I call it GCA. G stands for gravitas, C stands for communication, and A is appearance. So these are the 3 components which are important for executive presence. Okay, gravitas is not about being the smartest or the loudest in a meeting room. I've seen that leaders shout at each other, trying to be the loudest or trying to show that they are smarter than the other person. So gravitas is not about that. Gravitas is about having the presence, having that calm and confidence, like I mentioned earlier, especially when you are under pressure, when the company is going through uncertainties, you need to have leaders who have the gravitas to lead people, right? We don't like leaders who are panic when everyone else is also panicking, right? So leader with gravitas are the one who is the most calm, strategic thinking, and have that confidence to lead the company moving forward. Now that's G, the gravitas. And C, next component is communication, which I will explain to you later on.
Okay, great. So basically what you're saying, Mary, is that gravitas refers to those skills that makes a good wartime leader, right?
I would say in crisis, under pressure, yes, such
Okay.
as war.
Okay. And perhaps you're referring to like someone who others can depend on as they naturally gravitate to.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Very good. That's a strong statement. Yep. Okay. How can someone develop this type of personality per se? The calm, authority, and the so-called charisma, especially during times that pressure is high. Do you have any tips into that?
Yes. I think the most important thing for a leader is that, especially under pressure, it's not so much about your, knowledge or how well experienced you are. People want to see that you are a confident leader. People want to see that you know what you're talking about. You know what you're doing, right? So, and you don't have to, increase your voice. You don't have to shout at people, scream at people to amplify that, I think strategically, gravitas is about directing people in the influential manner, right? And in the most clear manner. Like I mentioned, the second component, which is C, communication. How do you communicate with clarity, with empathy, and also with integrity, right? That is also another component of executive presence, which also key to the whole executive presence aura, I would say. Yeah. For example, if you wanna master the ability to communicate well with clarity, one simple technique is to apply what I call 3 seconds intentional pauses in between your sentences, especially if that leader have challenges in terms of the space fillers, such as the and things like that. Yeah. So executive presence is also about communicating with clarity, with empathy, and also with integrity.
As you mentioned, that communication is the second pillar in GCA. Am I saying it right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So, do communication and presence matter more than technical abilities of a leader, and why?
I would say that a leader need to have a balance, right? A balance of you need to have the technical skills as well, the knowledge of your products and services, and but you need to balance it with the communication part of it, with the having that presence of a leader, calm and confidence, right? Having the appearance of a leader. I think that you need to find a balance between these two, in my opinion.
Great. Mary, I want to ask your advice on how to sound more confident. Are there any simple tips or tricks or techniques that I could apply that could have an immediate effect in sounding more confident?
Sure. That's a good question. I think, as I mentioned earlier, in my professional experience, a leader will seem more professional if they apply the 3 seconds intentional pauses that I mentioned earlier on, right? And also the ability to have that, the gestures such as eye contact, smiling, not smiling kind of expression when you are communicating with other people, especially when it comes to serious matters. You don't want to be so, smiley, but maintaining the eye contact and with your tone of voice instead of, for example, I just give a quick tips here. Like if you want to say something serious or matter of fact kind of statements, you don't high pitch, in terms of the tone of voice. You lower down the tone in that sense, right? Of course, if it's happy or joyful things that you want to share, then you can increase your high pitch your voice. Things like that. I have so many tips. You have to attend training with me.
Okay.
To learn that.
Yeah. We firsthand experienced how basically you conduct those trainings quite sometimes back in 2025. Yeah, it was a great experience, and we thank you for that.
Thank you.
You did mention about filler words, and I personally have these issues when you see sometimes I tend to use these a lot. Like, what would be your kind of advice to me personally? How can I get rid of these, or at least reduce the amount of
the space fillers?
Yeah.
No, dear, you're not the only one. A lot of us have that same situation or challenge, especially when we are trying to think of what we want to say. It's actually a connection between our brain and, with our words, with our mouth, We think faster before we can say something. That's why we do that. We do that space filler with the and in between, right? So what I always advise to professionals out there, leaders especially, it's okay to slow down, like to pause in between your sentences. And how do you do that? Is like before you say the next sentence, especially if you are standing in front of your employees and you need to deliver a very important speech, you practice that 3 seconds pause in between the lines, right? So for example, hello, good morning, everyone. And then you count in your heart, 1, 2, 3. And then you say.
But I don't say it, right?
You don't say it out loud, of course.
1, 2, 3. And no, right?
You say it
in my heart.
In your heart,
okay,
of course, right? So, good morning, people. And then, right? So, thank you for being here today. You get what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Okay, nice.
So it's okay if you talk in that, speed. And you will, look or appear more intelligent that way.
Oh, okay.
So is that looking genuinely more confident, or is that synthetically made? How is that?
Well, I think
it kind of has the vibe of fake it until you make it kind of.
No, it's not fake it till you make it. Practice till you make it, right? Mm-hmm. So I think at the first few times, maybe you will not feel comfortable doing it. Yeah. But as you practice it, it will become your second nature.
Okay, it will become part of your
speech. Yes.
I see. What's the most common mistake that you see from someone? I'm assuming, as someone who has spent years doing this, when you see someone talking on a stage, you will immediately know, oh, this person has been trained very well, or this person has been training very well, right? Yeah. But what is the most common mistake that you see in this part of communication pillar that we are talking about? Quite often from, let's say, those public figures or whatnot.
Yeah. The most common mistake, I think, to memorize your answers. Mm-hmm. For me, that's not the way to go. Because if you memorize your answers, maybe you get the help of ChatGPT to give you the answers. The answers will not be coming from you. It will not be authentic. We talk about people nowadays, they can detect if you're not being authentic, if you're not being genuine about your advocacy, about what your message. People can detect that. And for me, don't try to memorize your answers. In your speeches, you can get some pointers. I've known so many excellent chief executive officers out there. They get the pointers and they will expand from from the pointers, using their own words. Yeah, I think that is one tips that we can share based on the experience of the successful CEOs out there, and while maintaining that pause in between your sentences. Yeah, so it helps us to deliver the message more clearer and more impactful in that sense.
Great. So every time, remember to pause 3 seconds.
Yes, and
Now,
don't memorize your answers.
Excellent. So I'm going to do that. 1, 2, 3. We are moving to the third pillar now. Okay. So appearance is the third pillar of your executive presence teaching, right? And I would love to know, why is it so important, and how does it actually work?
We all heard about these terms like first impression counts. Okay, before we even speak, people will look at how we present ourselves. And why I include appearance as part of the executive presence is I've known so many leaders out there. Like I said, they may be well experienced, knowledgeable, but in terms of the appearance, they need some help. They have challenges. For example, if you want to, you attend like a casual events, okay, you would want to avoid wearing black. You would want to lighten up the mood because it's a casual event. You want to wear something more colorful, maybe, yeah. But then if you are, chairing a meeting in the boardroom, of course you want people to take you seriously. So you would want to wear darker colors like black or navy blue, things like that, or even gray, right? I think by using these colors, I would say, and in your appearance, in your outfit, is it's a brilliant way to actually influence how people, how you communicate with people.
Talking about colors, I just remembered, does that fall under what you call color analysis? Is it part of it?
That's true. Yes.
Can you explain us more? Because I kind of find it interesting and
Yes.
the concept.
It's true. It's very interesting. So, in a very basic fundamental of color analysis, we have this cold and warm color, or cool or warm color, right? So, example of what I'm wearing right now is considered warm color, right? Anything that symbolizes the sun, like orange, red, or even pink. These are warm colors.
Warm colors.
Yeah? And then we have cool colors. Cool colors, if you can think of the ocean, blue.
Or blue.
Yeah, the nature, green. Yeah? These are the cool colors. Now, fundamentally, you use this color analysis based on your skin tone, right? We can talk about that, in
the training session, in detail,
the training
right?
session, yes. But I think the most important tips here is wearing the right color can influence the effectiveness of your communication with other people, right? And it can influence in terms of the mood of when you communicate with other people. You want people to take you seriously. You wear darker color, like I mentioned just now. When you want to, lighten up the mood in the room, so you wear something more colorful with colors that match your skin tone. Okay.
That,
Amazing.
like yourself.
Like yourself.
You never thought about it.
Wow.
Perhaps my wardrobe, it all looks pretty much, yes, black and navy blue. That's all.
We can go shopping after this. We can go shopping after this. So you can hire me as your professional image consultant.
Yes, someday. Great. Now, I want to bring back a similar question as I asked earlier. I was asking earlier, what do you see as the most common mistake by, let's say, professionals, especially on a higher level? Earlier, I asked this question with regards to communication. Now, I would like to know, with regards to their professional image, do you see a common mistake by like a larger majority, like a lot of people, they do the same mistake? Do you see that?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it a mistake. It's like the transition from generations. Back in the days when we say formal, right? It means tie, like
Collar
collar shirt,
Yeah.
Suits.
black suit, and all that range. But nowadays, in the 21st century, we are moving away from that. If you wear like shirt and a blazer, and that's fine, that's considered formal already, formal in that sense, right? You can skip the tie, and you can, you're good to go. And more, I see that nowadays it's allowed to wear business casual, right? It's more encouraged to wear business casual. It's a trend, in fact, for you. For example, you wear nice pair of denim jeans with clean looking sneakers, with a blazer and shirt inside, and that's perfectly fine for to go to office or to go for a meeting. But back in the day, when we say formal, it's like tie and shirt and blazer, and if you can imagine those time, right?
Yes.
But nowadays, the only challenge here is that sometimes, especially not to say the younger generation, sometimes people have this misconception that casual means ripped jeans, right? So I think that is a big no-no when it comes to professional image. You don't wear flip-flops. You don't wear torn jeans to go to work. Try to avoid that. Or you don't wear a yoga outfit
Or
to
print
work.
shirt.
Or ripped shirt even. Yeah, I know sometimes it's a style, but we want to still maintain a polished and professional image that make people around you comfortable with you. That's the main objective behind professional image. It's not about you. It's not about so much about you. Of course, it's about you, how comfortable you are, but also about making people around you feel comfortable talking to you. Right? So, I can't give this example, but imagine I'm wearing something overly sexy, and it will make both of you not comfortable with me, right? So when we wear something, we have to think about, okay, who am I meeting? Am I meeting, what do you call it, in the casual setting? So change accordingly. That make people feel comfortable talking to you.
Someone who's who's aiming to look who's aiming to look executive, but perhaps this person not there yet. What is the one simple tip that you can give to this person to immediately look executive?
Right. Okay.
Where to start? Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to have, I would say, wardrobe management.
I've never heard this before. But yeah, please go
Wardrobe
on.
management. I plan what I wear for that, for that week at least. What I do is that I see my appointments. Like for example, today I have podcast interview with you, right? So one thing that I think about when I choose my outfit is what is the mood that I want to throw in the project, right? And am I comfortable wearing this outfit? Are you going to be comfortable wearing that? Is this what do you call it, business enough? Yes, it's business because as you can see, I'm wearing a blazer, I'm wearing a collared t-shirt or a shirt, sorry. But in terms of the choice of colors, it's white or cream, and then it's red. Yeah. Imagine if this is white and this is black. So the what do you call it? The
mood would be more
the
serious.
mood will be more serious, right? So I actually I do my wardrobe management based on who am I meeting, where I go, and what is the kind of mood or what kind of communication that I want to have with the people that I'm meeting. So if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it.
When you look at someone, would you happen to know whether they have been receiving some kind of training for their executive presence or not? Just by looking at them, the way that they have dressed, the way that they talk, the way that they carry themselves.
Yes, definitely.
You can tell
Definitely,
immediately.
I can tell
Could it be
immediately.
natural? No?
Is it possible actually?
Well, maybe they learn from, online, YouTube. So many references out there, they can refer to. But at least they have some sort of like learning or, knowledge about appearance, about communications, about the gravitas, right?
So they are definitely educated one way or another.
Yeah, you can see.
Either they have learned from YouTube or
Yeah.
from Mary, or maybe they have had parents who have been teaching them that way, right?
Yes, maybe. Yeah. Whatever it is, they learn from somewhere. And you can see that by their presence, by the way they communicate. Think before they pause, before they think, and pause before they say something, the way they dress, you can tell.
Do you have a favorite person, an example of executive presence that you would use for your clients?
Maybe someone famous.
Oh, well, there are so many references that we can make. If I can say one person, would that be? Well, I have to.
Definitely not Donald Trump, right? So anybody else you can mention.
No, definitely not him. But the wife, Melania Trump.
Oh.
Yes. I think, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, okay? The way she carry herself, the way she, think or pause before she speak. She's very selective of the words that coming out from her mouth. And not just that, the way she present herself, yeah, and making sure that the outfit reflect the people that they meet. Actually, Michelle Obama is also
Same.
Yeah, very nicely well presented as well.
Groomed, yeah. Nice.
There's so many out there. I mean, surely they have their own stylist that help them. Yeah, but for us, we don't need stylists. We just need to do a simple wardrobe management to get our pieces together, knowing the right color for you, for our own, skin tone. What works, what don't work, in terms of the cutting of your wardrobe, things like that. Yeah.
Okay. And just let's assume I've got the wardrobe part right. And
Only assume.
just assume because,
You do okay.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. And like, I go for meetings. I mean, we go for a lot of client presentation and so on. What would be your tip, let's say, to me, like when I'm walking into a client meeting, what can I do to immediately assert or like project my own executive presence?
A good question. Thank you. Again, I said before we even say anything, it's all about in the outfit, right? Having a good blazer in
Assuming,
the office.
assuming, okay.
Having a good blazer in the office is gonna be useful, especially when you got called for a meeting, ad hoc meeting, right? So you keep one nice pair of blazer in the office because I know that we are comfortable wearing business casual. So you can quickly change that from casual to business casual by putting on the blazer, right? That's one. That's the outfit. And then when you meet them, your client, of course, communicate clear with clarity. Yeah, with clarity. Like, I know a lot of people like to share first. And my tips is always listen first and then share later. You get what I mean? I think it helps in terms of gathering information, in terms of communication. We listen first, especially with clients, okay? And then from whatever that they're sharing, if they share issues or challenges, then we will be, we can suggest or propose a better solution because we listen to them first rather than we share first. You get what I mean?
So the point is to send this impression or the signal to the client is that I'm here to listen to you.
Exactly.
I'm not here to make you listen to me. I'm here to understand you. So for that, Nadir needs to control the output.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true, right. I believe that when you listen more, you are able to solve the problem better, in my opinion. Yeah.
Nice.
Mary, you did mention somewhat about basically the way that we dress and what we refer to as formal and whatnot has kind of evolved recently. And I'm assuming that this is with conjunction of Gen Z entering workforce, right? So how do you see that unfolding? Do you see it being something positive, negative? You like what's happening or whatnot? As you said last time, the definition of looking professional was suit, blazers, and tie and collar shirt and so on. Now it means differently. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, I mean, a lot of companies out there, they actually have engaged my company and myself and the company to talk about professional image. Basically, because the younger generation, the Gen Z especially, they choose to wear more casual, very casual. In fact, they are very comfortable with loose, baggy clothes like baggy pants, big t-shirt, big blazer, that kind of thing, sneakers. That is something that they are comfortable with, right? So in my training and my coaching, I would say that just now I mentioned it's not about it's not so much about making yourself comfortable. It's about making the people around you feel comfortable communicating with you or working with you, right? And I don't see that as so much of issues or challenges. Appearance or outfit that we choose is a matter of choice, actually. It's how we represent ourselves to, at work or with friends or even with family, right? What I noticed that in the younger generations, they prefer something like healthy lifestyle, right? They are more towards that kind of lifestyle now, healthy, community-based, authentic. They like that, right? And if your brand doesn't resonate with them, they would, they to a certain extent, they would leave the company. If they know that you're not authentic, if they know that you are not, they like community-based activities. They like that kind of lifestyle, the healthy lifestyle. So that is what I feel. That's why they choose wearing sneakers instead of leather shoes, because of this, change of environment, I would say, coming from the Gen Z in comparison to my generation, right? So that is what I see is happening. It's good. We have to embrace the choice. They just need to have, guidance on how to still look polished and professional, no matter what choice of outfit that they choose. Yeah. Still look polished and professional. I think that is the key here, rather than try to tell them or instruct them on what to wear. We guide them. You still can be you. You can still be your authentic self, but, elevate it to become more polished and more professional.
Excellent. Even in our own company, majority of our team members here, they are on the younger side. 20 plus is the average age. We have actually started implementing this post-COVID. After COVID, after the work from home was back to basically normal working at the office, we changed this. We used to be very formal kind of a setup at the office, wearing ties and shirt and so on, and we removed that. At first, we were kind of wondering whether this will have any kind of effect, because older generation, they associate not wearing formal as if the person has not given enough effort to wear
You're not
nice.
serious enough.
You're not serious, or you're being lazy and so on. But actually, we have been experiencing otherwise. Yeah. So it did not really have a so-called influence in so-called our performance. If there was, it has been positive.
Yeah, great.
And definitely not negative. Yeah, but I do very much agree with that. To look polished, you do not necessarily need a tie and suit, but
Yep.
you're supposed to look polished.
Yeah.
And it's kind of difficult when you don't have a framework of suit and tie,
Yeah.
how to define what
Yeah.
is being polished.
Yeah. So, for example, if you choose to wear the round neck t-shirt, okay, the round neck t-shirt.
neck.
Yeah. But make sure it's round neck. It's not, the kind of t-shirt that have been washed 1,000 times in the washing machine. You get what I mean?
Yeah. No.
It's comfortable. The one, the what do you call it? The t-shirt, the loose t-shirt that have been, you wear it so many times. That is more comfortable than wearing the new one, right? For some people. But if you want to polish up the way, you still wear round neck t-shirt. You still can wear it, but the round neck is not the one that has been look like as if it has been washed 1,000 times. You know what I mean? And also the choice of color. You can play with it. Still the round neck t-shirt, but you can choose like plain color rather than printed. So you can choose like white, black, gray, or navy blue, right? But still round neck, very nice, nicely positioned in the neck, not too high, not too low. You know what I mean? And we are just talking about a round neck t-shirt, but a bit more professional looking and polished looking. And then we talk about pants, right? To go with a round neck t-shirt. Of course, torn jeans is not allowed. And even when you choose the denim, it has to be not the tight fitting, not the baggy, but the straight
Slim.
cut.
Slim.
Yeah, straight cut. yeah.
cut.
And if at the bottom of the leg, if it's crumpled, then you know that pants is long, for your body type. So you need to alter it to make it, the length is just nice for your body. There's so many ways to actually a simple attire, but you can still look polished and professional by doing all these things just now I mentioned.
When we saw earlier our younger generation wearing, as you mentioned, like a baggy stuff, we thought that you just do not know how to pick the size.
They do not find it funny. No,
No, they don't. We do.
No, it's a trend, right? Wearing oversized blazer. I'm not sure whether it is still a trend, but at some point there was a trend that you wear oversized blazer,
Yeah.
oversized jacket, and everyone jump into the trend.
Bandwagon.
Now the thing about trend and style, you can follow the trend if it suits your body type. Yeah, if it suits with your, but I don't suggest it if it makes you look unpolished. Yeah, it makes you look not professional.
But is there like a rule of thumb when you say like it? You were saying like it should kind of suit you, but how do you define the word it suits you? Because everyone can assume this suits me, but colleagues like, it doesn't suit you. But is that the signal, or is there like a rule of thumb?
Yeah, first of all, in terms of size, right? If you are size L, of course you wear your size. You don't wear something smaller, then it makes you look like Incredible Hulk. You don't want that. Yeah. Of course, maybe, who knows, maybe, that person have a nice body and you want to show off the body, but still it makes people around that person not comfortable. So no go, right? So you choose the right size, that's one. And then the color that is not so, depending on the occasion that you go, but keep it to plain, without any pattern. In corporate, for example, for the ladies, avoid, flower. If you are going for a boardroom meeting, but choose plain, professional colors. Yeah. There's so many things that I can, share about the tips on how to look professional.
Great. Mary, in your industry, in your field, in your domain, is there any like a misconception that you would wish that people will stop believing in? Like, I give you an example.
Yeah.
For example, every CEO has to be the one who wears the suit and the tie and so on. So this used to be the thing back then. I guess it is not applicable anymore, right? Is there a big misconception that you see and you hope that people will stop believing in that?
Okay. Coming from, I would say, because of course I have to share this, like, I advocate about women empowerment all the time, right? I've seen a lot of misconception about women, right? in general, like for example, in top executive positions in companies here in Malaysia. I'm not sure about other country, but here in Malaysia, only one woman out of 10 top executive positions. You know, let's say for example, if that company ABC have 10 executive positions, you will see only one woman. Before this, it was 0, right? And of course, in terms of for women empowerment, we still have a lot of work to do. We are just barely scratching the surface. We have a lot more things to work on. We have to shout more. We have to do a lot more initiatives regarding women empowerment, because I think I believe there is a glass ceiling, especially women in corporate world or in any world have to break. And you also know that for a chief executive officer position, the woman CEO actually earn lower than the male counterparts. And why is that? So these are the misconceptions that that I wish will change in the near future. I hope so. If it's not for our generation, maybe for our daughter generation, granddaughters or great granddaughters generation, next future generation. I think I would want that to change. Of course, there are organizations, more and more organizations out there who started to hire all female, right? Also, right? But okay, I'm not saying that that is the way it should be. For me, it's all about balance, right? If the company can hire a male CEO for, let's say, 100,000 ringgit a month, and why can't you pay the same amount for the woman chief executive officer, right? That kind of balance, what I mean, right? Because surely we assess based on the capability, based on the skills, the knowledge and experience,
Not the gender.
Not the gender. So I think that is the misconception that I wish I see some changes in the near future for our future generations.
Thank you so much. That's a great answer.
So inspiring.
Thank you.
And if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Wow. This is similar questions to my beauty pageant grand finale, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't watch it. Just to let you know. Okay.
Well, I think we like to compare ourselves with other people, right? Back in my days, we don't have social media, of course. But we still compare ourselves with other people. Oh, she's prettier than me. She's taller. She's slimmer. Things like that, right? Compare. Now, the one advice I would say is to just be yourself. Be the better version of yourself. I mean, I truly believe in that, because if you see my background, like I working in the corporate world 9 to 5, and then I want to be a better version, and I move to become an entrepreneur. And then I say, okay, I need to test myself. And then I sign up. I studied, master's, now doing my doctorate studies. And then, okay, more, better version. And then I joined beauty pageant. So I think stop comparing ourselves with other people. You do you. Be the best version that you can be. And to, embrace your unique strength. Yeah? we all have different strength, by the way. Yeah, we all unique. We all have our own unique strength. So rather than going against it, embrace it. Sometimes it might be weird, but I think if we work on us more, and we can be a better person, and hence, perhaps we can make the world better.
Yeah, great lesson for me as well. So after this, I will stop comparing myself to you. I will not go to beauty pageant. That's it. I'm not going for that. Thank you.
Well, they have for men. Yeah, you're most welcome. I think you have the look and the physique.
You're making me feel very shy. Please.
Mr. Malaysia.
I'm very uncomfortable now. No, my wife won't let me, trust me.
Mary, this is our final question. Thank you so much for the session. It was really nice. For those people who are interested to learn more about your work and what you can do for them, whether being individuals or being organizations, what is your advice? Where to get started?
Well, for those who are interested to reach out to me, they can always search me in LinkedIn. I'm in LinkedIn. I'm quite active in LinkedIn. And also from my social media, my Instagram. And that's for individuals. For companies, please feel free to connect with Cognitive Links to find out more about me.
Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We will have the handle to your LinkedIn profile in the description of the video. It was a lovely session with you. We learned a lot, and I hope everyone has learned how to apply, or at least where to get started with their executive presence.
And thank you as well for the book.
Wow.
I will definitely read through. And for those who are watching this, is it on sale, or how can they get a copy of it?
Thank you for highlighting that. Okay, this is a book called Turning Point, My Solopreneur Journey. But most importantly, this book is actually meant for micro business owners. Because here I have the 10 components of business blueprint. It's not so much about my story, but it's actually a roadmap for those who want to start a business. They have this structured 10 components of business blueprint that they can refer to get started, right? So this book is not for sale. I usually distribute this book when I have entrepreneurship training or session, speaking, engagement. So I use this as like a gift.
It's a free gift from you. Nice, very nice.
Yes, so that they can learn something from it, and make references for it. I don't know. I mean, I just want to share my knowledge from this book. It's not for sale.
Really
it's
nice.
Limited edition.
Really nice of you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Mary.
Thank you so much.
Both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mary. Thanks again.
You're welcome.